What's going on, everybody? Robert back again with another video for you guys. In today's video, we're going to be talking about why people quit the oil field. I've been getting a lot of comments over the years about, well, why do people only go out there for a few months work and make some money and then leave? And we're going to be talking about that. I haven't really touched on that, why a lot of people don't stay out here in the oil field, especially truck drivers, oil field workers in general. It's usually just come out here, get some experience, make some money, and then quit and leave a year, maybe 2 years into it. They don't really make it a full-time career, and there's some really good reasons for that, why we don't want to be making the oil field pretty much our life. I know I haven't been doing a good job at not making this a career for myself, but hopefully that'll change here soon. So stick around for the video. Here we go. So I just delivered a load of CNG to a gas compressor station, if that's what you want to call this. Basically, we just run the electricity for them. This job should be over pretty soon. But today's video, I wanted to talk about why people don't stay in the oil field very long. They usually a year, usually 2 years. It's not a very long career. It's not a career that I would recommend getting into for the long haul, unless you like actually go to school for this and you have like student loans and stuff. Let's say you went for like oil and gas, and that's like your degree or whatever, and that's what you want to do for a living. But it's very different than I would say once you get out here, you'll realize that it's a lot different than what you think it is. But we'll get into the reasons for that. So here we go, guys. Reason number one why people leave the oil field is due to the workload. So think about your normal job back at home. Usually it's like, you know, you might work 60 hours, 50 hours, 70 hours, something like that. Here in the oil field, even truck drivers, I know we have like, you know, hours that we are allowed to work by, you know, that's dictated by the federal government. But out here in the oil field, that kind of just goes out the window. People work a tremendous amount of hours, sometimes hundreds of hours a week. And it's just a lot, day in and day out, week after week, maybe 3 weeks at a time, 2 weeks at a time, sometimes even months at a time. And then you just get home and you're just like collapse, and you're pretty much gone, like from reality, just trying to catch you back up on sleep, catch back up on, you know, with your family. A lot of work hours, and then the workload. Some jobs are easier than others. Some jobs are like way harder. When I was doing water, it was, at times it was challenging because of what we had to do on these locations, these batteries, rigs. So the work's not like easy. It's kind of tough at times. Not saying that all oil field jobs are tough or hard work, but for the most part, most oil field jobs that you're going to be looking at, it's going to be pretty rough work. The second reason is family time. Guys with families, I found, don't really last too long out here, and then other times they do. I mean, it just really depends on the person. A lot of guys that are real close to their wives and kids, they got wife and kids at home, they want to get back to see their wife and kids. And you can imagine, guys, we don't live out here in the oil field. We travel, most of us. We don't have our families here, so being away from our families for 3-4 weeks at a time can be challenging, and it can cause a lot of problems at home with the spouse and the kids and things like that. And I've known a lot of guys that just can't handle it, and they ended up quitting. And then some other guys, you know, this is their only option. This is what they know, this is what they do, and I guess they just accept that this is how they make money for their families, and you know, they just keep on at it. So the next reason that I want to get into is the oil industry itself. All right, this is a big beast, and there's lots of points that I could cover here, but just the oil industry in general, it's not really, how would I say it, stable. Like it's not a very stable industry at all. Depending on who's the president, what administration's in, politics, things like that, what's going on in the world really dictates the price of oil. It could be high one day, there'd be like a high demand for oil, and then we'd be really busy just churning out, you know, production, and then all of a sudden it's just nothing. And not saying that it just goes from one day to another, like it just comes in ebbs and flows. One of the big ones that I remember is right before Barack Obama got out of office, it had slowed down tremendously. Like, guys were getting laid off left and right. And this was right before Donald Trump got into office, and yeah, we were tremendously slow for, I want to say, about 8-9 months there. Hardly any work. Everybody was kind of laid off. And it's hard to plan and make future plans for, you know, your family, for yourself. So really, you gotta save money if you come work in the oil field. Have that extra cash on the side that you can live off of if things were to take a downturn. So yeah, I would say stability is one of the biggest things. For me in the past was, you know, when work would dry up out here, I would be like, all right, well, time to go do something else. And I would just leave and go maybe OTR for a little bit until it came back, or try to find something else to do around the house. Stability is a big issue with the oil and gas industry. And then the oil industry, another point to go along with that, just being part of the industry, is just the people in general. It's hard to work with some of the guys out here. You got to think, I'm not saying that everybody is like this, but most oil field workers are complete literally bunch of dicks. And I'm not saying that lightly. Like, a lot of people that I go to work with out here, they're just really not professional. You know, it's a lot different than, like, say, another career field. Like, say, like right now I'm learning how to be a pilot, and that's kind of what I want to get into, is being a commercial pilot. And just being in school, it's a whole lot more professional than, say, the oil and gas industry. And even people that are at a high level in the oil and gas industry have been an to me in the past. Just because I show up to do work for you because you called me to do work on one of your locations doesn't mean that you should be an And for some reason, that really irritates me with oil and gas workers in general. Like, they're not willing to help you out most of the time. People have a gigantic ego out here, and it could be a good thing and a bad thing. Confidence is always good, but there's a way to show that you're confident in yourself than just being a complete dick. So you can imagine how frustrating it is, say, somebody that came from like a corporate job back home and decided to give the oil field a try, and they get out here and they're like, holy cow, man, this is a different ball game. It's a completely different environment. You got a lot of people getting in accidents on the road, just letting their egos get a hold of them. And you could tell, like, you know, some guys get fed up, and I'm probably one of the ones that is the most fed up with it, because I drive a semi truck, you know, out here. It's not a big surprise, but just driving down the roads is like one of the most dangerous things that you could do, just because of all of the idiots. And there's actually a Facebook page on Facebook, you can probably find them on YouTube, of oil field accidents, and they're pretty bad, guys. I've seen a lot of people get killed out here just driving down the highways. It has a lot to do with people's egos, people rushing around, people working a lot of hours, people being tired. It's a lot. Kind of just accumulates into this big old ball of just frustration, and then people end up getting hurt and into accidents and messing up on location. Safety gets taken advantage of, where they don't really care about safety too much. They care at some certain points, and then other points they don't really care at all. Big thing that we contend with as oil field workers. But those are just some things, like, off the top of my head that I think about why people quit. Those are kind of like some of the big reasons. There's obviously a lot of other reasons that you could probably think of, and you can put them down in the comments section if you think of any more. Quick video of why people do quit out here. I'm going to be one of them, hopefully pretty soon. Other than the negatives, it's not a bad way to make a quick buck. In my opinion, it's been okay for me for the most part. Throughout the years, it's paid my bills. I've saved money on the side. I've bought houses in the oil field, working in the oil field. So it's not like a crazy, like, just terrible career to get into. I would not recommend getting into the oil field as a lifelong career choice. It's probably going to be a gigantic mistake for most people. And for some other people, you know, it might be great. You know, you might end up liking it. It just really depends on the person. I know for me, I've been out here for so long, since 2014. I'm just kind of over it, and trying to look for something different. I want to get into a different career field to kind of better myself, make better money than just working out here, you know, 100 hours a week and not being appreciated, doing all this work out here, and it's just like, whatever, you know, your opinion doesn't matter. And I'm just kind of tired of it. I'm not trying to discourage anybody. If you guys want to come try it out, come try it out. It is what it is. But anyway, guys, that's the video. Just want to make a quick video of why people end up leaving the oil field, don't stay out here very long. And yeah, that's my opinion. And these are only my opinions. If you have some opinions of your own, leave it in the comment section. I know a lot of you guys are kind of rude and, how should I say it, dicks in the comments. But I just want to tell you guys, if you guys don't have anything good to say to people that leave comments or something, man, it's probably not worth leaving a comment for. You don't have to be an your entire life. And this is coming from somebody who, you know, served in the military. I did my time, and dude, we never, like, it's like crazy how negative people are towards each other in the comment section, man. It's like somebody would say something that, you know, maybe somebody doesn't agree with, or, you know, they might not see eye to eye, and then all of a sudden they're just completely freaking negative. And there's like no point in being negative in the comment section, dude. Like, people have their own differing opinions about things and ways to run their business, and it is what it is, guys. And you guys are just completely, like, I don't know, like, some of you guys, I don't get it, guys. Just try to be nicer to people in the comment section. Like, I'm not trying to stir up like hate or, you know, calling people, you know, idiots and stuff. You know, come on guys, that's childish, that's unprofessional. I know a lot of you guys are professionals out there, and that's just not how we should be doing things. All right, I'm not trying to be soft or anything, but grow up. Please grow up. But anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. I enjoyed making it for you, giving you guys an update. I'm going to be doing some solos on Friday, so it should be pretty fun. Hopefully I'll get out some videos there. I have my solo video from inside the cockpit that I'll be releasing as soon as I get that one edited. But until next time, you guys know it. Keep it between the ditches.